Hello. Right now I'm replacing the LCD on this laptop. The backlight doesn't work, and so I ordered a new LCD, and I'm going to replace it. So here I have the laptop. I've had it for about 4 years. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make sure that the laptop is shut down. Um, I shut it down through the start menu beforehand. So we're replacing the LCD, so I'm going to um, take off the frame. And the laptop that this is, it's in Acer Aspire ES15. The full name is longer, except I just don't have it memorized. So the frame comes off relatively easy. I've taken it off before, but all you'll really need is I have an iFixit toolkit. You could use I think it's called the spudger to break the seal. And the thing that just fell off the frame was the hinge, and we'll put that back together once we're on our way, putting everything back together, because it doesn't really matter right now. It doesn't need to be on. So this is my iFixit toolkit. It's really useful. It's a bit pricey though. I think there might be better alternatives, but if you have the money, I think it's a pretty good toolkit to have. So like for example, this screw kit, if you take off the lid to it, it has grooves so that you could save your screws and like sort them out, if you're into that. So when you're fixing stuff, you really want to stay organized. So gonna remove this, fold it up, and put it over there. Okay, so there's 4 black screws that hold in the LCD, one on each corner. They're black, so I'm going to start with the bottom 2. I don't think it matters which ones you start with. But if the LCD was healthy, then I would start with the bottom 2, so that once you unscrew the bottoms, then the tops will hold it in, and gravity will make it so that you won't damage anything. And for this laptop, it doesn't have a removable battery. You'd have to open up the computer in order to disconnect the power source, and I'm not really trying to do that at the moment. So what I did is unscrew the LCD from the frame. What I think is wrong with this is the backlight. Okay, well, the reason why I'm having trouble with this, I'm pretty sure, is because I had I don't know what to call it, this front upper half replaced because I had some issues with it, and the store that replaced it, they put in a used LCD. It had a few defects. It had like some of the backlight, like it had dead pixels on parts of the screen and one in the middle. So they put in a used part, and it didn't quite hold up. So I heard these have, like, I think mercury in it, so you want to be really careful with these, and I don't think you should be throwing away these parts or burning them. I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, but just be careful with this. the LCD. So the connector is right here. It's held down by tape so that if you drop it or something, it won't come on loose. So, you know, it just comes out simple as that. And before I started troubleshooting to what was wrong with this, I disconnected this connector and plugged it back in to see if that was the issue, if it just had like a connection, like a loose connection. So I secured it, and it's I'm still having issues. So I'm gonna replace it to see if that works. So here's the old LCD. And this is the new one. This is the new one from eBay. Yeah, they put a lot of packaging on it because they're a bit fragile. Yeah, so when I'm cutting this, I'm cutting it away. I'm not cutting it towards. I'm latching it. I'm latching the knife, and I'm cutting away from it. And I don't want to touch the front of this because I just don't want to get fingerprints on it. But I mean, I don't think that really matters because there's a film on the front, so I guess I could. So I'll take the packaging tape off the back. And the connector is down here, and before I put this on, I want to compare the two to see if we find anything unusual about the pins. So this is the new one and this is the old one. Because sometimes there might be like maybe corrosion, and I don't see anything unusual. I sort of know what to look for, but I haven't really done any of this in person. But it could easily be the connector, and I could like solder a new connector on. But I don't know how to do that. I know that you can do it, but I'm not sure how to troubleshoot that far into the components. I'm sure you could though, and that'll save you, because these parts are like probably like a few cents, probably less than $10, and the whole LCD costs $50. So right now I'm seating this connector back in. I'm pushing on it multiple times so that I'm sure that the connection is secure. Okay. So everything goes back exactly how it was. The LCD goes above the frame holder, and everything should be lined up. There shouldn't be any issues about something's lining up, or like something's in front of something that it shouldn't be. Everything should look the same on each 4 sides. So I'm gonna screw in the top two first. And now it's for the bottom screws. Oh, that's not lined up. Yeah, it's relatively simple. All it really takes is just taking off a cover, unscrewing a few screws, and replacing a connector. So since everything's connected, I could once I screw this in, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. So you see the Acer screen, and I'm going to move it back and forth. It's not having any loose connections, and it's working. So the thing about this, it has like a few dead pixels. I'm going to search this. I'm going to like go around the screen to make sure you don't see any dead pixels. Yeah, I don't see anything. So everything looks pretty good. I could do like a red, green, blue test. I can do that later. I don't really have to do it now, but yeah, everything looks good. It's responsive. It's the same resolution. So to put this back on, I'm gonna this latches onto here somehow. I mean, I think it's glued on the same way how it is on this side, but maybe I broke it off or something. Okay, so before I put this on, I'm going to take off this film. Beautiful. Okay, so you start from the top and work your way down. And it doesn't always work the first time, so go around it a few times. Go in here. Yeah, and this middle part, the middle bottom part of the screen is really flexible. Not flexible, I mean it's not really secured by anything, so you want to take your hand and push against it. So that you're not damaging any of the components. That's weird. I don't. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so everything looks good. There's no image ghosting as far as I can tell. Yeah, so there you go. It's relatively easy. It only takes about 20 minutes, I'd bet. Yeah, okay. Thank you.